Hello, everybody. Hello, and happy Thursday to you all. Show starting. That's what it says on the screen. That means the show is starting. My name is Allen Devlin. It's a pleasure to have you on board with me here at the First Alert Desk. Atlanta News First bringing you some top stories today, this fine Thursday, August 17th. So we're going to just jump right into it here at 8 o'clock. I'm going to pull up my system over here and make sure all this is correct. Give me about 2 seconds and we are good to go. The first story I want to talk about, guys, here is a kidnapping case out of Dekalb County. Right now, police are searching for a 2-year-old who the parents say was abducted from the father's house. I want to show you him right here. This is Josiah Mitchell. He is 2 years old, and police are desperately trying to find him right now. He was last seen there in Dekalb County Wednesday night. So just last night wearing Buzz Lightyear pajamas. That is what he was last wearing, and right now he's believed to be in a black SUV. They didn't give us a lot of details on exactly, I guess, the parameters, the logistics around this kidnapping. They just said, look out for the child, look out for this car. This is the Aspen Woods neighborhood where the child was taken from. So right now, it's a search for this 2-year-old. We want to get him home safe. Now, I want to point out there that a Amber Alert was not issued in this child's disappearance because this disappearance, according to the police, didn't match all the criteria that it takes to actually issue an Amber Alert, which includes things like specific details for the disappearance. If the child is in imminent danger, they have to be under the age of 18. Obviously, this child is 2, so we don't know which one of those it didn't meet, but the criteria wasn't met for an Amber Alert, but we are still looking for Josiah. So if you see Josiah, you know his whereabouts, you know what's going on here. Call Dekalb County Police. They would love to hear more. And one more picture of Josiah before I move on from that story. You see him or you know where he is, let police know. So the second story I want to talk to you guys about here is one that I guess, unfortunately, I've kind of dealt with personally. It has to do with Clear at the airport. If you are a frequent traveler, you might have heard of Clear or you might have signed up for it. Basically, it's a program that allows you to get through the airport quicker by using biometrics to scan you through TSA versus the normal boarding pass, ID, maybe a passport. Clear usually is supposed to get you through the lines a little bit quicker, but sometimes at Hartsfield-Jackson, those lines can be just as long as the domestic lines, unfortunately. But recently, the TSA is now investigating Clear because they've had 2 separate instances where somebody got through security at the airport even though they weren't who they said they were. And that included an instance when someone actually went into a trash can, got a boarding pass, got into the Clear line, and then was able to get past TSA. If you don't know, Clear employees basically act as the security, and they go up to TSA and they say, this person's been verified through Clear with biometrics. They can get on this plane, and TSA lets you right on through. We don't know exactly the parameters or the details about how these people were able to bypass Clear, but obviously the TSA is saying, not the TSA, but the TSA is saying we need to investigate Clear and make sure it is safe because experts have pointed out it only takes one bad actor to cause a problem on a plane or inside an airport. Just one has to get through. 2 have gotten through here in the last year. So they are currently under investigation. I actually canceled my Clear subscription a while ago because of the lines it took at the airport, but that is a time for another day. The last story I want to talk to you guys about here is something that we have been focusing on here for a while now. Donald Trump and his allies, the 19 of them that have been named in this indictment, have just 8 days to get to the Fulton County Courthouse and turn themselves in. While, of course, Fonnie Willis is tacking down on them, awaiting on this thing to come down, waiting on an update. Rebecca Schramm picks it up from here on the charges they're facing, how the jail is preparing, and how that clock is still ticking.
No sign of any of the defendants here at the main entrance to the Fulton County Jail, although we have been pushed far back from the parking lot because there's just not enough parking here at the Fulton County Jail to accommodate all the national and international media interested in capturing images of Mr. Trump and the other defendants. Yesterday, Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis filed court documents proposing a March 4th trial date for former President Donald Trump and the 18 19 others who face racketeering and other charges, accusing them of conspiring to overturn Georgia's 2020 election results. We spoke with attorney Chris Timmons, who has tried RICO cases in Georgia for more than a decade, and he says these cases can be very lengthy and super complicated. He points out that prosecutors have been working on this case for 2.5 years already, but that some of the defendants are just now hiring legal counsel. He says 7 months to prepare for trial isn't that much time.
So you've got people who know nothing about this case coming into it quickly, but it would be unlikely that they could be prepared for trial, and the defendant that they are defending to get a fair trial if they have to go to trial in March.
It'll be up to the trial judge to set the trial date. And by the way, we've also learned the DA has requested that the defendants be arraigned on their charges the week of September 5th. At the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta, Rebecca Schramm, Atlanta News First.
8 days until that countdown ends. And one thing I want to add here, the Chief of Staff, former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, he has filed to get his case moved from state to federal court. His trial date for whether he's going to get that granted or not is going to be Monday, the following Monday, the 28th of August, after everyone else is supposed to turn themselves in. Happy Thursday to you all. I am glad you guys joined me here. I'm going to turn it over to the man with the plan, Patrick Pete, who is going to walk us through the weather, because today was good, tomorrow's supposed to be good, but that heat, Patrick, is not letting up just yet, is it?
No, sir. It is coming back to the forecast with the quickness as we head into next week. Good evening, everybody. How are y'all doing? Bam. We'll do this. Right? Yeah, there we go. How y'all doing? Hold on. Alan's a little tall, in case y'all didn't know. I have to change the shot. Only when you count the inches I get from my hair. Oh, good evening, everybody. Happy Thursday. So yes, we have a lot of moving parts with the forecast. Listen, we've been talking for the last couple of days about how nice the weather was going to be yesterday, today, and tomorrow too. But we're also saying that we were expecting a big-time warm-up coming next week, and some things have changed with the forecast because we still expect that warm-up, but now that warm-up is going to be so hot that we're first alerting Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with record heat. Possibly in the forecast 2 of those afternoons. So enjoy the seasonably hot weather tomorrow. The humidity is not going to be too bad. Enjoy Saturday, because Saturday is going to be great as well. But by Sunday, the humidity will increase and you will notice it. It is going to feel hotter. Those feel-like numbers are going to get into the upper 90s, and some isolated spots may even feel like 100 degrees at times on Sunday. Something that has not changed is that precip forecast. We are not expecting any rain over the course of the next 7 days. So a nice little dry stretch after a very rocky 4 weeks or so of afternoon thunderstorm opportunities. We welcome that into Atlanta. 70 degrees as you're punching in the clock tomorrow morning. And then if you're thinking about stepping out for a nice extended lunch break at 12 o'clock, it's going to be comfortably in the mid 80s. Nice little breeze out of the northwest. Good day to have the sunglasses, because the sun is going to be dominating. And by the time the kids are leaving school, heading for the bus stop, walking home, or walking to your car, we're going to be in the upper 80s. We do expect to return to the 90s as we push closer to the 5 o'clock hour. If you're thinking about stepping out tomorrow night, I do think it's going to be a gorgeous evening to be out and about in the city of Atlanta or any of the areas nearby. 84 degrees at 8 o'clock, gradually slipping towards 80 by 10. Mostly clear skies for the overnight. And another pretty mild start will be somewhere near 70 degrees early Saturday morning, expecting temperatures to climb into the low 90s. And I think it's going to be a great pool day, because it's going to be hot enough to make you want to get in the water, but not humid enough for you to just sweat as you're waiting on your turn to jump in. By Sunday, though, the humidity does creep up a little bit. I don't think it's going to be overwhelming, but you will notice it. It's going to feel steamy, and those feel-like numbers are going to be very close to 100 degrees. So expect it. And then the heat, the first alerts, 3 of them as we head towards Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday is going to be hot. It's going to be ridiculous. If we hit 98 Tuesday, that is going to tie the hottest day that we've seen so far here in Atlanta this year. Not worried about a record on Tuesday. 104 is that record. We're not going to get close on Tuesday. But by Wednesday and Thursday, you can see that forecast is pretty much on par or just above the records. Both of the records could come down, or at least be met by Thursday. So we'll be watching for that. And these are actual thermometer temperatures. I know a lot of times whenever we talk about the heat, we talk about either the actual temp or what your body feels, the heat index. These are actual temperatures. The heat indices or what you're going to feel is going to be even hotter. We expect to be into the triple digits on both Wednesday and Thursday. Right now, it does not look like we're going to see heat advisory criteria met because the dew points, at least Tuesday and Wednesday, look to be hanging out near 70. We're going to watch Thursday because one of the models that we look at is actually showing dew points in the mid 70s. This is going to be out ahead of a front that's going to push through. And if we do see those dew points climbing to the mid 70s, oh yeah, those heat indices are going to be near heat index criteria and maybe even slightly above. So right now, we're just talking about dangerous heat. We may have to start talking about heat index as well. Still several days away, guys. This is day 6 and day 7 of the 7-day forecast. So still some time to actually comb out those numbers and get a handle on exactly how humid we think the atmosphere will be. What we can promise you is that it is just going to be hot. It is going to be very uncomfortably hot. Looking at potentially being the hottest day of the year so far in Atlanta on Wednesday if we hit that 99 degrees, which means that several communities around us will hit that 100. So just be prepared for it. Listen, I know after a couple of days of moderate heat, this extreme stuff that's coming back, we don't want it. Just remember that if you're going to be outside, I know a lot of folks are going to be going to the golf tournament next week. There's a lot of outdoor events that are going to be going on, especially in the afternoon. The kids going to school, football practice, all this other kind of stuff. Make sure that they remember to hydrate. Tell your kids that. Remember to take some time to break and look for some shade if you have to be outside. That is going to be something that is important. We are first alerting you once again. 5, 6, 7 days away, that heat is just going to be unbearable. So sticking with that theme, we're going to talk about something else that's hot right now, and that is the tropics. We're watching several disturbances, actually a new third disturbance right now that has just come down the pipeline as of 8 o'clock, which was not there whenever I updated this graphic. We'll have that update for you tonight. Meteorologist Fred Campagna is going to be on Atlanta News First at 11, and one thing you can see is that that additional hot spot that's in the Atlantic Ocean, and that's going to be something that has a high chance of development. I saw that denoted by the red boxes. So reasons for you to go ahead and set your DVR, set your alarm to, flip to Atlanta News First at 11 o'clock. Meteorologist Fred Campagna is going to have the update on that latest storm. Meanwhile, I'm going to leave you with the 7-day forecast. As I turn to YouTube, I'll see a lot of people on YouTube. No one's talking, but I see y'all. Hey, how y'all doing? Happy Thursday. Leave you with the 7-day forecast. And I already told you where to go to get the update on the tropics tonight at 11. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day.